Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel, Public Relations 101. And in today's video, we're going to discuss how to become a star account manager. Congratulations, you've just gotten a promotion. You're no longer a senior account executive, you are now an account manager. Your head is on the chopping board. Congratulations on having gotten it there. So what does an account manager do? An account manager manages. That's the first clue. The clue's in the name. You manage expectations, you manage timelines, you manage quality, you manage delivery, you manage outcomes, you manage anything and everything. The clue is in the name. You manage upwards, downwards, sideways, laterally, up and around the corner. You manage everything. The second thing that you do as an account manager is you manage teamwork. You manage policies, you manage procedures, you manage efficiency, you manage load, you manage every single cog of your teamwork to make sure that at the end of the day, you're producing the outcomes that are qualitatively and quantitatively up to par. The third thing that you do as an account manager is that you negotiate timelines. Look, you're in a leadership role. If you're an account manager, you remember how it was to be a junior account executive and a senior account executive. And as a manager, if you're leading them, you should have a realistic idea of how long it takes them to develop any number of deliverables. Your team and your team's deliveries on time, every time, is your responsibility and nobody else's. Think twice, think thrice before you give a timeline. Negotiate it. But once it's negotiated, put it in writing and get your team to deliver every single time at the right time with no exceptions. The fourth thing that you do as an account manager is you quality check. You quality check everything, every time. No detail is too small. You should live in the details because at the end of the day, as the account manager, you're also managing client expectations, and nothing is more important than managing client expectations. When you submit a product, that product, when it goes with your email is the seal of approval. And if the quality is not up to par, if the titles are not right, if the honorifics, His Excellency, Her Excellency, are not right, if the email addresses, if the call to action, if the quality of work, if the headline, if anything, if it's an interview, if the timing is not right, if you have not been able to elaborate on the time of arrival where your client should arrive at the studio, realistically, if you haven't managed all of those little details, and if you haven't checked the quality of the submission that you're giving them, you are doing something wrong and you need to do a better job. And the fifth thing that you do as an account manager is you stay alert. You stay high alert during business hours. So from your 9-to-5 job, and I know better than anybody else that public relations is not a 9-to-5 job. It's a 24 hours industry. But as an account manager, it is your job to be high alert during business hours. So if you get an email within the hour, realistically speaking, any business day, that email should be responded to. Even if your response is just, look, let me get back to you shortly. I've taken your request in. I'm going to discuss it with my team and revert with responses. This is something that you should be doing during high alert hours of the business day. Then, once your business day is over, after 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. or however long you technically work, to be a star, not to be a good account manager, but to be a star account manager, you need to be low alert. You still need to be alert. Just because the day has ended and you are technically off duty doesn't mean as a star you're really off duty. If your clients respond or if they write to you after business hours, still have the professional courtesy to respond to them. Your responses can be something very basic. It could be, look, thank you very much for your email. Let me action this first thing tomorrow morning. That way you've set expectations. Your client knows that you are on the task, and you've also given them a timeline. They should know that the next time they could realistically approach you for results or for updates even is tomorrow morning, because you've said so. But stay low alert during off business hours. Just because the clock is not running in terms of business hours doesn't mean that you are not ticking. Thank you for watching. Folks, I post new content regularly, so please remember to subscribe and like my channel if you want to put a PR spin on your future in the communications game.